Story. Amelia's house was like a spaceship plopped down in the middle of nowhere, all sharp angles and glass walls reflecting the sun's brutal glare. The plains stretched on forever, whispering gusts of wind that rattled the windows like loose teeth. Inside, boredom felt like a thick film clogging my lungs, sticking to the chrome appliances and sleek countertops. Days were a beige blur of silence, punctuated only by the cicadas' drone and the pool's robotic whirring outside. One afternoon, trapped in the sterile monotony, I attacked the laundry mountain in the stainless steel room. Clothes rustled like ghosts against the cold tiles, every sound echoing off the glass walls. Folding Amelia's linen dresses, each a vibrant rebellion against the monochrome, I envied her carefree whispers of city strolls and beach vacations. My prison felt even starker in their wake. Dusk turned the glass box into a glowing bug zapper, attracting the wind's mournful howl. Perched on the balcony, a metal tongue jutting into the vastness, I felt the wind snatch at my hair. Hugo, Amelia's stoic shepherd, whined at my feet, his fur catching the fading light. We sat in uneasy silence, the modern marvel around us like an intruder in the ancient land's lullaby. Tuesday night was the night the lights decided to play games. I'd settled into Amelia's plush, white sofa with a glass of wine, relishing the rare moment of silence as Hugo snoozed at my feet. The wind gnashed at the windows, a persistent scratching that usually lulled me to sleep. But tonight, it felt different, like claws dragging across the glass, punctuated by the occasional, bone-chilling moan. Suddenly, the sleek, minimalist room plunged into darkness. A millisecond passed, filled with the frantic flapping of my heart, before the emergency lights kicked in, bathing the room in an eerie green glow. Hugo whined, scrambling onto the sofa, pressing his trembling body against mine. The wind outside seemed to hold its breath, the silence thicker than the darkness that lingered at the edges of the green light. My fingers found my phone, its pale screen the only beacon in the oppressive gloom. As I fumbled for the flashlight app, a flicker of movement caught my eye. In the reflection of the stainless steel coffee table, something shifted in the dark hallway beyond the archway. A fleeting whisper of a shadow, a ripple in the darkness, gone before I could be sure. My breath hitched, ice cold in my lungs. When the power flickered back on, the hallway stood empty, bathed in the harsh white light of the ceiling panel. But the image of that impossible movement clung to me like a spider web, and the wind outside resumed its mournful song, now carrying a new note, a chilling echo of unseen laughter. It was then I knew this wasn't just boredom gnawing at me anymore. Something was hiding within the gleaming metal and glass shell of Amelia's house, something it desperately wanted me to find. And the whispers, the shadows, the impossible shifts, they were just the invitations, the first few drops of a storm waiting to burst. Then, Wednesday crapped the bed. A dust storm materialized from the horizon, a brown monster swallowing the house whole. I scrambled through mirrored hallways, a sandblasted blur, securing windows and shepherding a trembling Gretchen, Hugo's skittish sister, into the storm cellar, its steel door like a middle finger to the raging beast outside. When the dust settled, the house felt even more alone, a fragile bubble in a dusty ocean. By Thursday, my nerves were on edge. A book on the high-tech shelf shifted like a glitching ghost. A designer vase tilted on its self-illuminating platform, whispering secrets to the shadows. I blamed the house's over-automated brain, Amelia's obsession with sleek efficiency gone haywire. But Friday shattered the illusion. Back from a dog walk, the air thick with rain's metallic tang, I found Amelia's diamond bracelet on the kitchen counter, glinting like an unwelcome guest. The bracelet she swore was nestled in its velvet box back in the city. My heart hammered against my ribs as I scanned the gleaming room, searching for a sign, any explanation for its impossible presence. But there was nothing, no shattered glass, no muddy footprints, just a cold gleam of stainless steel mocking my sanity. Sleep became a fleeting visitor that night. Every creak of the expanding foam walls, every groan of the wind turbine on the artificial hill, sent me jolting upright, eyes wide and searching. Hugo's low growl, once a familiar sigh, now echoed my fear, a desperate plea for comfort in the sterile silence. Dawn arrived, pale and apologetic, but with it came a steely resolve. Hugo and Gretchen watched with wide, worried eyes as I descended the spiral staircase into the hidden basement, concrete walls a stark contrast to the glass and chrome above. Hugo, my usually unflappable shadow, pressed close, a low whine rumbling in his chest. Gretchen, ever the timid one, trembled behind the futuristic entertainment console, her whimpers filing the stark space. Their fear was a palpable fog, clinging to the polished concrete and whispering warnings I couldn't ignore. But the unease gnawing at me was sharper than their fear. The whispers, the flickering shadows, the inexplicable shifts. Amelia's house was rattling its metal chains, demanding answers. So, taking a deep breath and clutching my phone flashlight like a talisman, I ventured into the dark labyrinth beneath a shining mirage. The air down here was different. Cold metal and forgotten circuits, laced with something ancient and acrid. The hum of hidden machinery grew louder with each step, shadows playing tricks in the flashlight beam. A metallic reflection in a forgotten security monitor showed my pale face, and for a split second, I swore I saw something else move behind me, a glitch in the machine's vision. My hand flew to my throat, goosebumps erupting across my skin. Then I felt it. A cold whisper of air, brushing against my neck like a phantom touch. My hair stood on end as I spun around, the flashlight beam slicing through the darkness. Nothing. But the feeling lingered, a chilling ghost on my skin. Terror gripped me, but curiosity was its stubborn twin. I pressed on, deeper into the darkness, towards tension the house seemed to so desperately want to keep. Saturday morning dawned quiet, almost unnaturally so. The wind that had howled like a banshee the night before had vanished, leaving behind an unsettling stillness that pressed down on the house like a suffocating blanket. I emerged from a fitful sleep, every nerve prickling with unease. Hugo, usually my morning shadow, lay at the foot of the bed, his ears flattened against his head, eyes fixed on something unseen by me. As I stretched, a cold draft whispered against my bare skin, sending shivers down my spine. Tracing the source, I found the source, a previously closed vent high on the kitchen wall, now swinging open a fraction of an inch, barely noticeable unless you were searching for it. Curiosity warred with caution, but the allure of unraveling this house's secrets proved too strong. Grabbing a chair, I clambered up, peering into the narrow opening. Inside, the darkness seemed to writhe, shadows wriggling like phantom fingers in the faint air vent light. A metallic tang hung in the air, sharp and acrid, unlike anything I'd encountered before. Then, as my eyes adjusted, I saw it, a glint of chrome, a sliver of movement. Before I could blink, the shadows coalesced, forming a fleeting glimpse of something mechanical, a whirring disk of metal and wires, pulsing with an unnatural blue light. It vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving only the echoing hum of machinery and a hollow pit of dread in my stomach. My fingers trembled as I clambered down, legs wobbly with shock. Amelia's house wasn't just empty, it was alive, humming with some hidden purpose, a purpose that sent chills down my spine. Every creak of the floorboards, every groan of the wind turbine outside now whispered of secrets, of unseen gears turning behind the gleaming facade. The impossible shifts, the flickering shadows, the whispers, they were no longer glitches, but invitations, beckoning me deeper into the heart of this mechanical beast, towards a truth I wasn't sure I wanted to know.